Ah, Kirby Air Ride. To most a curiosity, to some a child's diversion, but to those who see, to those willing to confront truth, it is a revelation. Dismiss it as a racing spin-off if you must, but then one might as well dismiss Monet's water lilies as pond sketches. One would, in both cases, miss the truth entirely. My butler reminded me just this morning that my time would be better spent finalizing the seating chart for a gala, and yet here I am, speaking to you, pouring wisdom where it might trickle into the parched soil of your intellect. For you see, Kirby Air Ride is not a video game. It is a philosophy, a meditation on life, death, and everything in between, encoded not in words, but in speed, collision, and stars. The single-button control scheme, mocked, misunderstood, malaligned, and yet this was Sakurai's genius, for in this, he channels Okam's razor simplicity, not for lack of vision, but for the refinement of truth. Gamers, tragically, are conditioned to mistake clutter for depth. Pressing 17 buttons in rhythmic panic is lauded as complexity. But complexity, my dear viewers, is not the same as depth. Kirby Air Ride, like Zen Koan, strips away distraction. In the act of steering and releasing, you confront the essence of play, and like Plato's cave dwellers staring at the shadows, most never realize they are gazing at truth disguised as a pink fluff. And then, City Trial. What do the masses see? A party mode, a light-hearted distraction. But what it truly is existence itself, compressed into 7 minutes of divine allegory. You are born into chaos, without fairness. Some are blessed with strengths early, others scrounge desperately. You adapt, you gamble, you suffer. And then, as if fate itself has rung the bell, the final trial arrives. No negotiation, no resets, only reckoning. How like life itself, the fragility of preparation, the cruelty of chance, the inevitability of ending you do not choose. Here, Kirby Air Ride surpasses even the vaunted Dark Souls, not in difficulty, but in fidelity to existence. The true despair of Dark Souls lies not in death, but in futility. City Trial understood this first. The untrained eye sees fun. The trained mind sees mortality rehearsed. Each vehicle is more than a craft. They are philosophies rendered in steel. The Warp Star, fragile yet graceful, is innocence itself. The Rex Wheelie, clumsy but determined, embodied brute struggle. The Hydra, powerful yet heavy, reminds us of Nietzsche's warning that strength too great collapses under its own burden. This is not symbolism for its own sake, but for ours. For what you ride is not a machine. It is a reflection of self. The choices you make are not arbitrary. They reveal you, even if you are too timid to admit it. This, I remind you, is far beyond the drab analyses of fence-sitters like 8-Bit Billy, who seem to think neutrality is wisdom. Neutrality is cowardice dressed as discourse. To see Kirby Air Ride clearly, one must take a stance, and mine is this: it is mythic, something that Billy will never be.
Hit those engagement buttons, and check out my supporter page, where I share exclusive content on logical philosophy, including my upcoming 45-minute deconstruction of the first Goomba encounter.
Permit me, briefly, to wander. I recall one summer in Provence, a debate over Schopenhauer's will with a philosopher who, after 3 glasses of wine, admitted he only skimmed the footnotes. How like the gamer to claim to have played Kirby Air Ride, yet never grasped its philosophy. They have touched the surface but never tasted the depth. It is, I assure you, a most tedious form of ignorance. You, however, dear listener, are being spared such fate, for I guide you, gently as Virgil guided Dante, away from the footnotes and toward the epic. It must be said, Kirby Air Ride is not code, not disc, not controller. It is ritual. The memories forged upon it, laughter, rivalry, betrayal, become experiences beyond the game's shell. In this way, it ceases to be played. It is enacted, lived, repeated until the act itself becomes liturgy. Aristotle claimed art imitates life. Kirby Air Ride dares invert this. Life imitates Air Ride, a gathering, a struggle, a trial, and then a silence. Then it transcends the digital medium entirely. To call it a video game is to demean it, much as one demeans the Sistine Chapel by calling it a ceiling painting. Now at this stage, some of you, those who fawn over pixelated gothic corridors and branching stairways into nothingness, may wish to protest. You may whisper, "But that game surely has profundity too." Let us not delude ourselves. Yes, it had choices. Yes, it had atmosphere, and yes, it paraded its difficulty about like a strutting peacock. But beneath the velvet and candlelight, what was there? Nothing. Emptiness dressed in finery. Do you know what it did truly? It confused inconvenience with depth. It confused punishment with meaning, and worst of all, you fools, yes, fools, lapped it up, mistaking tedium for transcendence. Damn it all! The sheer audacity of calling that the pinnacle of design. Kirby Air Ride understood constraint, understood philosophy, understood a single button could hold the universe, and yet some of you still cling pathetically to that stiff, joyless relic, as if masochism were the same as art. It bloody well isn't. Pardon my language, but it is utter piffle. A work of hollow grandeur, all shadow and no soul. An overrated bauble for the feeble-minded. Where Kirby Air Ride soars like a warp star into eternity, that other game trudges endlessly through stone halls, shackled to its own pompous weight. And I'll be damned, yes, damned, if I stand by silently while people pretend otherwise. Forgive me. I may have allowed my passions to overtake my composure a moment ago. One mustn't let a hollow pretender stir such ire, and yet, I confess, it vexes me still. Let us cool ourselves. Let us return to dignity. Kirby Air Ride, as I have said, is not a game, but a philosophy. Its simplicity conceals wisdom. Its city trial distills mortality. Its machine embody archetypes, and its rituals transcend more plastic and circuitry. If you have found yourself enlightened, even fractionally, then I encourage you ever so gently to press the gilded sigil below that bestows your public approval, to inscribe your thoughts in the written form below, and perhaps even commission for the correspondence from me by way of that crimson seal of subscription. Consider it not groveling fandom, but as an act of cultural patronage. I could, of course, be attending to my estate. I could be reviewing the wine cellar's more temperamental vintages, and yet I have given you this charity, this elevation. So do the sensible thing, dear viewer. Please be grateful, for like the warp star itself, Kirby Air Ride was destined not merely to race, but to ascend.